Hey everybody, hope you're doing well, especially with this crazy weather we've been having. Hopefully we'll get a break here soon, but you know what? It's the Midwest and it's winter time and we've had some pretty mild winters, so I think this was inevitable here at some point. But anyway, I've got some exciting news to share. But first, I want to just say thank you to everyone who came out this past weekend to help us celebrate 2 years of Crossroads Cultural Connections. A special thank you to the Wildwoods, Yarv, and the OK Factor for performing. They were fantastic as always. I have to say that everything that we've been able to accomplish in these last 2 years has exceeded any expectations that I've had for the organization, and I'm just very excited to see where we go from here. Um, Everything that we see happening right now with regards to live music is the result of a lot of contributions made by a lot of people over time. Contributions of time, of money, of resources, thoughts, and ideas. And with each contribution, no matter how big or how small, things continue to grow and to evolve. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see everyone coming together around this movement to make live music part of life in this area. And I just feel beyond fortunate to be able to be a part of this, a small part of this, really. And I hope you feel the same way too. And I hope you feel proud of the things that we've done and the things that we're going to do. I really, truly do believe that what we have going on here is very special, and that there are very few places in the world, if any, where anything similar is happening. Year round, we have some of the world's top musicians coming to our rural area, performing in family-friendly, all-ages settings, in intimate environments where the music, the art, the connection is the focus. That is the event. The music is not some background noise at some other event. It is the event, and everything we do is by donation or free. And for the past few years, we've been very regularly bringing artists into the schools, which I think is just very, very cool. That excites me a lot to be able to do that. And if all of this weren't happening and I wasn't living it, and I didn't know all of this was even possible, I might think it sounds unbelievable. But you know what? I think that we are just scratching the surface of what's possible, which kind of leads me into this next thing that I want to talk about. So here, not too long ago, we started an endowment fund, and to be honest, I didn't really know all that much about endowment funds. So I think I'll just take a minute here to explain that, because I'm sure there's other people out here who might not be familiar with what an endowment fund is or how it works. An endowment is just a fund that's invested to provide long-term financial support for an organization or for a cause. Um, and it's set up in a way to do so forever. So every year, a portion of the interest that's earned from the donations that go to this endowment fund will be distributed to the organization. And then another portion of that interest is applied to the principal. So the principal is never spent, it's just grown over time, and then there's annual payouts from the interest from this fund. It's a stable, predictable source of passive income for the organization. And the coolest part of it is that anyone can donate to it. You can donate any amount, and without a doubt, your contribution will absolutely create positive, permanent change. So right now, the fund that we set up is sitting at a balance of $87,800. And we decided to set a goal to try to grow the fund to $100,000 by the end of this year. And to give you an idea of what sort of impact that this could have, I plugged these numbers into a calculator online. And so if we reach $100,000 and we never invest another cent into the fund, over the course of the next 50 years, the fund would pay out roughly half $500,000, and the principal would grow to roughly $250,000. Now, obviously, if more money is added along the way, the numbers would be higher. And it's just an estimate, but just to give you a rough idea, that's that's the type of impact that this sort of fund can and will have. And to me, this is all very exciting, and it just makes me so happy to know that we now have a very real way to ensure the work that we're doing will continue in some capacity forever. And with this, like I said, anyone can make a contribution, large or small. Um, in addition to cash donations, we're set up to receive donations of real estate, stocks and bonds, grain, life insurance policies, just about anything that could be easily turned into liquid cash. So, anyway, I have no idea what the future might hold, and life is short and uncertain, but I do know that as long as we're still here, we have the ability to work towards making the world that we dream of a reality. And, the work never ends, but we can leave the world a more kind, caring, and understanding and fun place than what it was when we entered, and hopefully plant the seeds for future generations to build on. Um, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I feel uh, very encouraged by all of this. And like I said, this is just kind of the next piece, the most recent piece in this evolution. We still, can always use general donations for the organization as well. And we're also starting to accept sponsorships for any individual concert as well. So if any of this has any interest to you whatsoever, or if you have questions, just reach out. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. Thanks.